Bit of a wild night with the missus last night. Unfortunately, not the kind I'd normally go for. Yeah, so any of you guys that have watched us on Facebook recently will know last night it was like the day of all days, storm-wise. So let's go and show you what's happened, because it is pretty spectacular. Yeah, so it's rolling in, shall we say? It's like the perfect storm. I knew we needed a drop of rain, but this is taking the piss, isn't it? Are the windows open? Are the windows open at Roger and house?
Yeah.
Shit. Very much like a bomb's hit the place. I know we're not the tidiest of people anyway, but we've gone next level now. And out here, you may have seen some of the photos we put on Facebook. But yeah, so this post is the last electric post that was put in. I think it was towards the end of last year. And obviously it's gone over. It is all isolated off now. Well, I hope it is. PEA, credit to them, they did come out at last knock-ins last night, and they'd said they've isolated it. But it's taken Toon's Celinton tree, her prize tree, split that in half. So the good thing is it's easy to grow. So we're going to take some long cuttings off there and go and shove them in around the lake. So as well as that, we've got what's going on round there. We haven't had a full walk round yet, but there's minimal damage. It's just sort of like superficial stuff everywhere. Going through here, it does get progressively worse and a little bit sad, if I'm honest, but here we go. Try not to get choked up. Right, you'll hear a bit of squeaking in here. Unfortunately, I mean, the boys are all right, which is the main thing, but Yippee and Colin, they're not indoor goatsies, but they are today, or for now anyway. We've been giving them some fodder in here. They can't come out into the compound. Normally we give them the get in over here. Over here, we've had another post go down. When I say go down, they've basically snapped off. Let's show you it, because they're quite substantial. See, last night we just thought, oh, they've just gone over in the soft mud. So the cause of this lays over here. Thank God it missed the compound. I mean, although this bit's down and the goats can't come out today, or the two bucklings can't come out, we can fix that quite easily. But if that had just come another 5 foot this way, the whole perimeter this side would have gone down. Toon's busy cutting it up for the goats this morning, so no need to go and collect food elsewhere on the farm or off farm. Yeah, I think what's happened is when they installed the mains electric, they cut off a lot of branches on the roadside so that it didn't impede the cabling. But what's happened is the cable's been fed through there, and then the weight of the tree, with the strong wind coming that way last night and the heavy rain making the soil soft, it took it over. Obviously it can't snap through that branch, and it's just took these down there. It's also pulled this tree over somewhat, so now we're a bit panicky about that, because look at the size of it, and that'll be gone. That's our new grasshopper enclosure. That's what today's video was supposed to be about. Best laid plans and all that, never mind. It's not all doom and gloom. We've got lots of food for the goats, but it is very upsetting that it's one of our prized trees, although it's a government tree, or was. You know, we did have the chance to have these cut right back and, well, actually cut down last year. Anyone that had big shadow going over their land and restricting the growth of some of their crops, you could have it cut down for free, and the people who cut them down can take the timber off for selling. And we said no, because we're one of the very few farms that have still got any trees down here, and they're big old girls as well, so it's quite sad. This also helps feed our goats. You'll see all the leaves down here. freshly fallen leaves the goats eat. Also brush them all up and do my high carbon compost pile down there, which is it's quite a substantial size, so just mix that with the goat muck. So we're going to be busy. Thankfully we've got a new chainsaw, thank you Captain Brownie, but I think at the moment it's not worth using that. We'll just hack the leafy ends off, feed them to the goats. We've got lots of other things to sort out today, so I think that'll be us done today. Right then, let's take the first lot of food out for the goats. Just going to be doing lots of trips today for sure. That solar pump didn't look too clever, did it? Oh well. Yeah, it looks pretty windswept out here, but goat house looks alright. We're going to let the goats out in a minute and get them fed. Onwards and upwards, eh? Positive thinking. Well, that's the morning banquet ready, or more like first breakfast. We've also put the smaller branches stuff in there, feeders there and there. Helps them stop fighting in the morning. Yeah, it's a bit windswept here, as is everywhere else, but the solar system is all right. We've still got the mosquito lights on there, so that'll have been the first proper big storm that the new kids have experienced. So hopefully everyone's all right. Let the main horde out first. Quick name check. All right, Thor. Big baby, ain't you? Good boy. Hey, there you go. We've got Nasty Spot. Alright, girl. Alright, Jasmine and Marietta, the Death Dodger herself. Alright, Caffeine. And Bob. Some of you know Bob. Oh, he's trying to get the booby already. Alright, girl. Off you go. Go on, Bob. It's Bob. Got Leela, Susie. Alright, girl. Not long, not long, not long. Off you go. We got Lilu and we got Friendly Sunny. Alright, mate. Off you go. We got Pollock and Master Stretch. Alright, Stretch, how you doing? Off you go, mate. Get stuck in. Here's the youngest kid we've got. We've got little Serena and Mark. Alright, fella. That's about half done. Down there we've got Natasha and Goona. Yeah, we named one Goona. My mate Neil kept on nagging me to do it. A lovely, big and beautiful Owenetta and Bluebell, who's an absolute fruit bat. Queen of the herd, Brownie. Their little boy, Dragon. Off you go, mate. We've got Money, who's one of Brownie's daughter. Lovely girl she is. And her huge son, Walker, who may well be staying with us as backup. Alright, Pancake, I know you're always last, girl. Did you just try kiss the camera? And last but not least, Stony. Off you go, guys. So all goats good. I think we're going to get some loose bowel movements today. There's a lot of greenery, and because, believe it or not, we're still in the throes of the dry season, they're used to a lot of brown fodder, so this is a lot in one go. They normally have mostly Leucaena, which, although has green leaves, they eat all the bark and dry seed pods and stuff like that. So they're a bit confused at the moment because they normally have Napier grass this time of morning. And while they're having that, Toon is off-site cutting the Leucaena. So yeah, the diet is changing today. And we'll just have to go with it. They shouldn't get bloat or anything like that with having too much greens, but it's just such a massive food source, and because we're crazy busy today, obviously, Toon really needs to stay on site, certainly when the PEA, I think it's Provincial Electrical Authority or Association, Authority, I think. So she needs to be here for that. So yeah, it's all good stuff, isn't it? Yeah, we'll need to check that. It's not looking quite as it should do. Everything. We get tin piles. I was supposed to be doing biochar tonight. Never mind. Did see a bit of storm damage on a couple of the palm trees as we rode on in. It's coloured the water up in the lake a treat. Don't know when I'm going to get to go fishing ever again. Right, back to the house. Might have another brew. Coffee time. You alright? Toon? You alright? You cut yourself, haven't you? You're lying. Bloody woman. Looks like she's hurt herself. Let's go and get a brew, love. What are you're holding in your hand, didn't you? You've hit yourself.
That thing.
Oh dear.
I'm just scared. Nothing can help, didn't I?
You don't have to cry just because they're caterpillars, though, do you?
Cause they're around me.
Well, that's what
So
that's what caterpillars do. I'll come and cut this after coffee then. I'll have that done by lunchtime. Alright, let's go then. You got wellies on, they can't get you.
You get me?
Mm.
You do.
Oh, Darwin, you got caught in the storm, didn't you, mate? He was out shagging in the village last night when the storm started. So he had to run all the way back to the farm in the rain. Unfortunately, Darwin has been caught out sowing his seed, so he's legged it all the way back from the village in the pouring rain. So yeah, you can have your dinner now, mate.
You alright, check me, love.
Check you.
Check me on the
Caterpillar
back.
check.
I'm serious.
I'm serious. Nothing, love. Nothing.
You proper check, please.
It is proper check.
Okay.
Let's get that brew sorted, eh?
Ow!
I think we've got a banana issue. Oh, our giant banana is giant no more.
And fruit just about let a finger.
Yeah, that's another thing for the goats today. It's a big job cutting that up. That'll be them sorted now then for the day. This one's almost over. Ah, that was me obelisk one. The huge one. Oh, that is a shame. Look at all me small bananas. Never mind, we'll cut the flour off and Toon makes no fish cakes for that. Alright, so what we'll do, we'll slice up the branches and the leaves, and then we chop the main stem. If you leave them in huge long sheets like that, the goats don't really eat them until they're dry and go crispy. So yeah, that's a shame. Coconut trees, branches are strewn all over the place. So bad. Get through this, can't we? My raised beds, that's on my to-do list. Been doing a veg round the front of the house mainly. So, dogs are on the hunt after rats. A small banana smashed up there. Not too bad, love. Don't cry, it's just a banana.
You might get some dog hair.
That's a morning job. I've got to go around these care trees and pick the old Velociraptor flowers, edible flowers. So we've got a few of these trees. Yeah, we'll start foraging, Lee. Oh, mate, like.
Wow.
While the missus has got her hands in the sink doing the pans and breakfast, lovely coffee. Right, let's have a look out here. So the tank that I was drying out totally to do a much needed repair, it's got a crack down the side here before we restock with crayfish. I'm going to have to drain it. Well, I'm not going to drain it, I'm going to bucket it out over the next few days. You see, it's another positive, isn't it? Our citrus trees yesterday, they were like that, totally dehydrated because the power on our smirt pump in our borehole was dropping. So only late afternoon Toon, well, mostly Toon, had repaired the pipe work, so the pressure should be back to where it was. And we were going to be able to water everything today, and yet we don't have to, so that's probably saved me about an hour and a half work today. Haven't got to water my vegetables either. Behind the camera, yet another positive. My predator fish tank, so there's giant snakehead here, marble sangoby, a couple of walking catfish in there. They're all for eating. That was down to about that deep. They are air breathers, so it wasn't a problem, but yeah, I was going to have to top that up. Don't have to now. Yeah, I'll pick them up soon. Over here, this has been topped up nicely as well. We get too many dragonfly larvae in here to grow our crayfish, so I filled it up with, not with poison toads. Don't know how you got in there, Fred, but we've got some tilapia in there. We've got a mixture of monosex and normal sexes tilapia, so we get quite a lot of tilapia breeding naturally in our pond, so took about 30 out and bunged them in there rather than leave it empty. Right then, yet another positive. You see, a lot of us YouTubers were guilty of painting bad pictures. I mean, everything's doom and gloom, and we try and overemphasise, or what could we say? I don't know, make things worse than they actually are. You've got to remember our farm, what was it, 3 years ago, we had a double dam break, whole farm flooded. Thought we were going to have to walk out into the village and take the herd of goats with us. Either that or, well, we chose to stay put here. We thought we were going to have to put the goats on our veranda around the house. Did repairs to the lake and the island where the goats were. The very next year we had a triple dam break. Thankfully our new defences held. We've had storms before, we've had inverters go pop. We've had people break our fence down that didn't look where they're going several times. So I think it's very, very easy to put the, not frighteners on viewers, but you know, you guys that watch us, we're very, very aware that you care about us a lot, and we don't want to worry you and put something on in the title or the thumbnail that's going to go, oh God, something's happened to Toon and Lee. And that's why on Facebook this morning, once we'd had a look round, and we just said to everyone, thanks very much for your concerns, and we're all right, you know, we're all right, the animals are all right, everything else we can sort out later on. And it's not like that well, someone said we're an army of two, me and Toon. It's just, I think over a period of time, you become more resilient, you know. Don't get me wrong, I still cry like a baby if I have to dispatch one of our goats, but you do become quite, I'm not saying hardened, but you bounce well. You definitely you get more bounceability as the years go past. Either that or it just wears you down so much that you have a breakdown, or you just spin it off. But Toon would never let me show that sign of weakness, so we just keep on going. And you know, from what happened last night, to us it's just like a blip in the road, really. It's nothing that can't be sorted out, isn't it? It does sometimes. If you get a bad run, so the same happens tonight, and the roof of the house goes, or the solar system packs up, and we got no electric. We'll still survive, but you know, the old bottom lip will be quivering a little bit. But we just don't want you guys to worry about us. You know, well, certainly too. She's made of stern stuff, and thankfully it's rubbed off on me, and we can get through pretty much whatever nature has chooses to throw at us. Well, we have done so far, and long may it continue. It's a worry sometimes when certainly if your margins are very fine, your profit margins are very fine, you know, when you do have a setback. But then to me, I think of the people that are farmers around here. If I just show you this. See this brown farm here, that stretches way. I think they're about 10 acre. I think this is 16 acre. So they've just had all their eucalyptus harvested for the year. So about every 12-18 months they have that cut down. It's chuff all money in that. It's cassava there. It's probably even worse, even if you get a bit of a Brucey bonus from the government. There is sugarcane, annual crop. Sometimes that pays all right, but you know. So what I'm getting at is these people have a much harder life than Toon and I do. I know some of them will have a main job and they'll do the farming in, you know, their spare time. But we're very, very fortunate that just about everything's bought and paid for on the farm. Our outgoings are very, very low. The main one is really petrol for the Ben-Hur chariot and food, although we are continuing to increase our range of organic produce. Here, look at these. These are our best ever mangoes. Not our best ever crop. It generally does all right anyway, but yeah, there's a lot on the ground. These may well be split. I think these are called one storm or lightning mango. As soon as you get a storm, they fall, and as soon as they hit the ground they split. But these are great. These are to be eaten green. Fantastic. Goats or love them as well, and the dried leaves. So yeah, I haven't got to water my wing beans today. Check these out. Anyone else growing carrots? I didn't think they'd work. Soon come back from town, packet of carrot seed. I was like, wasting your time, love. But I did a special soil mix for them to give them a chance. Well draining soil, and I put a bit of sand in there as well, and they're doing brilliant. I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if that forms proper carrots, and I'll be growing them every year. Got asparagus, basil, I think that's parsley, maybe coriander, can't be bothered to eat it. Eggplants, shallots are doing all right. Normally struggled with them, but I changed my soil mix. Big chilies, more basil. That, check this out, this is about 1.5 years old, and it was at death's door, and it didn't have anything growing hardly, so I hacked it right back, sorted the soil out, gave it a lot of TLC, and yeah, we get about 10 chilies off these a week. It's good. Parsley, one and only finger lime, some more shallots, and a few little carrots there. Mulberry looking a little bit scraggly. My how low can you go papaya, it's not that great, but I think it's just such a groovy shape, so it's great. If we want a tiny somtam, we just come and pick these. If we want a bigger somtam, we go and get one of the big bad boys from in there. So that's helping to keep the price of our food down a little bit. Let me show you over there. I've got quite a lot growing there. I know sometimes I'm aware it myself and I doing this, that, but Toon's so busy with the goat food. She's off site twice a day, so it is down to me to do the gardening. Yeah, it is a little bit of new stuff. Thankfully our Angel house arrangement was alright last night. I've sorted out these planters finally. So again, put our new mix in there, mulched with the stones, and we call that our Mickey Mouse cactus. That's just had 3 flowers on it. We've got another one there. I need to clear all this up now. It was clear before. Lovely one this. No idea what it is, but doing very well. Got some more eggplants in here. I've planted them very close together purposely. I'm gonna try pruning these. I've got nothing planted in here. Got some old dill, letting it go to seed. We do eat quite a lot of dill, so starting our seed saving going on. More eggplant. We use a lot of eggplant. Toon uses them in Somtam, which we live on a lot. More shallots. Can't have too many of them. They're quite expensive now, shallots. Rocket wasn't great. We should have started picking it earlier, so and it went a bit leggy. Some of it was starting to go to seed, or flower, so I cut it all back and it hasn't really bounced back, so we'll be taking that out. I just want to leave the roots in there. This looks rough as hell, but this is my rat tail radish, and they're coming. They are lovely. If you never tried them, guys, rat tail radish. There's no radish forms as like a root. It's all here. It basically bolts, and these end up about that big. They look like a little pea. Fantastic. More shallots, more rat tail radish, and more and more eggplant, rubbish rocket, eggplant seedlings. Need to split them out. I had garlic in here. Did rub it. I don't know what I do wrong with garlic, but before it was garlic and shallots that were struggling. These are all right. They had little shallots, more shallots. Garlic dead, garlic dead, garlic dead. I got a couple of lemongrass in there, but you can see the rocket going to flower. We'll get some seed off there. We're not absolute big fans of rocket, but we know it's incredibly good for you, and a few leaves thrown in your salad, or we just put it on the side bowl to have with our, what do we call, our main meals. Have a farmer coming back from the farm, checking on any devastation. Got these polystyrene things. I know they look absolutely minging, but Toon was going to use them for aquaponics or hydroponics, whatever, and yeah, she gave up on that, so I thought, right, I'll have them, fill them with my soil mix. The big red ants, bit of an issue. I'm going to have to use borax on them. In here, loads of them are biochar. Just need to rake it out a bit more evenly. Papayas, love this variety. No idea what it is, but yeah, these need picking. Keep them in the fridge for a few days, stay nice and firm. Lovely. Soursop or custard apple, they seem to be doing okay-ish. Haven't pruned that one down. You can see, get a lot of that's why we've got so much wildlife here. We do leave a bit of fruit hanging around for the birds. They seem to enjoy it. You can see this one was the custard apple that we left on last year. So it's great. We get a lot of birds nesting in the actual trees and the bushes, which is nice. That's our 1 kg mango. It's doing all right now. You can see I've been pruning these quite ornamentally around the bottom. So I love nice clean light. So you can throw your tennis ball through. That's what they say. If you're Japanese, that's the way they like to do it. Wasn't brave enough to climb up there with all the big red ants. Got a bee's nest up there. Got a bee's nest over there which Toon spotted day before yesterday. So it's not all doom and gloom, is it? It's farming. It's what we do. But when you're new to farming, so for me, I'd never done farming before. I'd had a little vegetable plot at the back of my mum and dad's garden when I was about 10 or 11, and then when I was 18, I went RVs with my mate at work on an allotment. So I've grown stuff from quite an early age. Totally different farming, never done livestock farming or anything like that. Back in the UK, Toon and I had poultry for about 8 years. What do we have? We had some ducks, chickens, quail. I think there's a few other bits and bobs as well. But yeah, when you scale things up to somewhere like here, so with the 50 rye, okay, we only use 40 of it. You know, and goats are big animals when they are in comparison to ducks and chickens. We're up the ante, and there's a lot to learn. You get loads wrong, and even if you get everything right, you've still got the weather to contend with and local disasters like dams breaking. And today you just got to learn to take it on the chin and carry on. It's not that me and Toon are superhuman or anything like that. I think the majority of farmers that continue farming for many years, you know, you've got to be able to turn your hand to several things. Although I'm, oh no, look at this, we've had a bee's nest fall down. There must be honey on it, look at it. And now the big red ants are on me as well. They love the mango trees. Oh well, that's a shame, but we'll leave it there. We could smoke them and get the honey off it, but sod that, we'd prefer to have the bees staying around here. A record so far on a mango tree that's near one of our fence ponds next to the lake had 7 nests in it. That was about 3 years ago, and they're nesting in there almost continuously. So yeah, we'd love to have the bees around, although Toon does swat the odd one. Naughty girl. Oh, hang on, we've got another banana down. You can see how dry it's been. I've just not been able to continuously water everything we've got. So yeah, these are looking a bit spindly. My plan is, as soon as the rains finally come, I'm gonna cut them off, protect the top, and then they'll sprout out the sides like I've done with a few others. Guavas are looking a bit. But yeah, my supposedly red bananas that aren't red. Yeah, we got scammed on that, I think. Oh, now I don't know. I couldn't reach it to cut it off. After the hands stop developing, you're supposed to cut your flower off. So, lovely. If you've never tried these, they're fantastic. If your missus knows what to do with them. You can just have them raw, or you can just boil them or steam them. But Toon's makes are famous no fish cakes with them. Fantastic. Well, as usual guys, I've started to waffle, so I'm going to shoot off, but thanks again once again for your kind words and caring that us and the farm and all the animals are okay, and we'll be back again soonish. Of course, not everyone likes a storm, do they? What are you doing in here, Bebo? What are you doing here? Take care, mummy.